The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Power Trading Hour, with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another exciting Friday edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, and squeezably soft host. And what do we have going on today? Little bit of a pullback, but we are probably, we're at the very upper end of where options say that we should expire. So probably no big surprise, off of 5 points on the S&P cash at 2115.69, a little over 2 billion shares. Again, yesterday, we had some decent volume. It came in at about 3.5 billion shares on the New York Consolidated Tape. I was looking for somewhere between 3.8 and 4.5 to reach escape velocity. And, of course, for you nerds out there, escape velocity is when you get going fast enough that you can leave the gravity of Earth and go out into the solar system. Basically, you have to be circling at about 25,000 miles an hour to get off of the planet. Most people think that all that fuel in a rocket's for going straight up. The answer is no. It's for going around the planet at whatever you need to go to. Low Earth orbit, I think, is 18,000 miles an hour. And as long as you stay close, you can hang out in orbit, but you can't leave the gravity. You'll eventually be sucked back in at 25,000 miles an hour. You will leave the bounds of Earth. Maybe go to the moon or Mars or somewhere else, but you ain't staying here once you get to that magic 25,000 mile, or is it 23,000 miles? It's been a while since I've looked. But what I know is that we haven't had that kind of energy. There has not been that kind of speed to get over these speed bumps. Everybody tries to whistle past the graveyard about higher rates. And I can see it with Janet Yellen saying one thing and 15 people, all that are part of her circus group, say something else. Only 2 people say that they shouldn't raise rates. Yet we've got to wait for more data. The answer is that they're scared, and they're just little scaredy pants. Chicken eater. I can't remember what I used to say. Bawk, bawk, chicken. Used to call people chicken. You don't hear that a lot. Probably because we eat a lot more chicken. But what else can we have? Chicken head? No, just chicken. Cowards, chickens, spooked, whatever. 2115 does not get us out and above anything. And like all things that circle the globe, if they're not doing that 25,000 miles an hour, eventually they are coming back to Earth. So could we still get that Monday, Tuesday, maybe next week or something? I guess the answer is yes. But you'd think that it probably would have come in on Wednesday and yesterday. And we just continue to wait for Greece, which is kind of like watching a slow motion train wreck, isn't it? Just watching it one frame at a time and watching the train come off the wheels. Except we've got 2 goofballs, or several goofballs, that are screening the film for us. And just when it's about ready to crash, they back it up a little bit, make us go through it all over again, like it's not going to happen if they continue rolling it forward. Well, I don't know what else we can say out here. Between that and pretty much disappointing earnings, or at best, average earnings, it is tough to see a great deal going on. Of course, this week's disappointment was Oracle. I suspect we'll have a bunch more next week. I am not expecting the market to go higher next week. Could they keep the U.S. market at least flat next week? And the answer is yes. We have about $2 billion worth of IPOs going out next week, or at least they're going to try to go out next week. A lot of these seem extremely dubious. There's a couple of them in there. For the love of God, they're trying to run out IPOs in coal companies next week. Can you believe that? Can I hear an amen? Do I hear anything else? Just crickets today, because this market has been extremely quiet this morning. The extreme lack of volatility. But I do digress.
That it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
On this day in 1953, Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were convicted of conspiring to pass U.S. atomic secrets to the Soviets and are executed at Sing Sing prison. And New York both refused to admit any wrongdoing and I can't even say it, proclaimed their innocent right up to the time of their death by the electric chair. Well, there were two things going on. One, we had an inside person in the Kremlin, and we found out who these folks were. We also found out years later, actually, they didn't say it at the time, years later when the wall fell down, about 1995, we started getting boxes and boxes of records from the Kremlin and the KGB to find out what they were doing. Julius was guilty of sin. All the records were in there. Everything that was there was damning. He did it 5 times over. There's more than enough evidence to know that she was at least passively, if not actively, involved. But the records for her were destroyed, so no one will ever really know. At least they gave her a code name, and there was no paperwork to go with it. The thought is that they always wanted to make us think that we had executed the wrong people for treason, but we had not. And beyond me, why people would think that Stalin was a better person to deal with than, of course, the United States. But boy, I tell you what, socialism, this just makes your brain go soft, I guess. Anyway, we basically went into the big Cold War. A few years later, we got Mr. Fuchs, and there was some deal on him because he didn't get the electric chair, if I remember right, but he gave away the hydrogen bomb. But it's kind of interesting to see that, especially countries like Russia, they keep double and triple copies of everything. And it's kind of interesting to find out that what we thought about and it was pretty much right. There were a few wrong things, but the whole idea that a lot of people in Hollywood were all communists and were actively conspiring against the U.S. government was right. In fact, a whole bunch of records, everybody's kind of downplayed it. But very interesting, and also come to find out that some of the biggest court cases that people were thought to be communists that got off were actually communists and working very actively for the Russians and the Soviet Union at the time. On this day in 53, I think she's the last woman to be executed by the electric chair, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, that's pretty much all the stuff that we've got going on out here. I didn't have time to get my slides up and running, but when I did look today, we are seeing some real movement in the Asian markets. And we've been talking a while about the ability for the Shanghai to come back 30, 40%. Well, we're down 10% this week. We were off 6% last night, down 304 points. Shanghai is 44.81. You know, the Nikkei was up about 1%. And a lot of people are trying to figure out what's going on. I suspect that when the weakness in Shanghai started and in China, that a lot of that cash now is coming back over here. They don't want to put it in Europe. And so we're getting kind of the last little dribs and drabs of cash that are chasing around the world for some level of returns. But that's becoming harder and harder to do each day. We could see another 20 or 25% down in the Shanghai stock market. You know, it was up 45%. I would not be surprised to see all of that given back. And that may be a lot. There's more to China than the Shanghai. So we won't say that. The HSI Hang Seng, of course, was up 0.25%. But I suspect that they're going to start seeing that contagion come through. All you have to do is watch any of the news services to see how many farmers that were out in the field have gone in to start trading stocks in kind of the equivalent of trading dens that we had in the United States that started about 1995. In fact, I think Tom O'Brien actually ran one up in Boston. I don't know if there's that many people around that had it, but maybe I'll ask him about that today, just because there's so many people. I've seen so many articles on China and how these folks have been coming out of the rice paddies to get involved in online trading in the Shanghai. But yeah, we've got bigger and better things to do. Give me a call at 877-927-6648. Email me at path@tfnn.com. And you can also post a message in the den and let us know. What do we got? I got, got a few things I wanted to look at. What do we have out here? I'll get rid of that. Do a little housekeeping. We've got some more activism going on out here today. That activism. And that's in ConAgra Foods. Jana Partners disclosed a 7.2% active stake with a 13D filing, says it's prepared to make nominees to the board, and raised by a couple of bozos on the street, which I don't really care about. All that anybody cares about now is that they were finally able to bust this through these highs. And it's been tough sledding up here. The energy has not been all that exciting, but someone was accumulating it, and one big company jumping in like Jana was enough to pop ConAgra. And I guess we'll talk about this with Andy next week. So we will see. Let me get a few other things going on in here. I'm trying to wait for my producer to respond. And maybe if I do this. Alan! Do you think Alan got the gist of that? I don't know if he did or not. Other stocks moving out here, upgraded in the den. Let's see, FIFV. Fiserv, another one that's popped out and broken out with some volume. And what else do we got out here? Just see if the energy on this upgraded. Who knows about that? Probably a few shorts in this, and they're running them here today. Nice little pop in this one, though. Volume, it's not whole, well, going to be down from the open. I guess it's still doing good. Volume is good. That's all that matters. This one does have escape velocity. We'll be back in a minute.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crisp crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
And we're back, and nice little pop in ANB in bridge out here. Today up about 3% announced. It was transferring its Canadian liquids pipeline business and renewable energies assets to a fund. Yeah, I guess that is interesting. On the other side of the market, we've got Mr. Mac, or Maastricht, and well, we got to play the theme from Let's Make a Deal. Is it Let's Make a Deal? Price is Right. Announced it was transferring its wrong one. Performing on the block trade, which it speculated is being sold by Simon Property Group. So they're getting out of this company in a big way. What else do we have out here? Let's take a look at this. Independent Real Estate Investment Trust. The firm invests in real estate markets in the United States, primarily engages in acquisition, ownership, and development of community shopping centers located throughout the United States. Boy. You know, there's been a lot of talk this week on most of the financial infotainment cable shows about the end of the mall. And maybe I'll talk about that with Tom O'Brien in the 4 o'clock hour. See what he thinks, because I know he spent a lot of time looking at it. But certainly no one likes coming in and seeing one big, huge block trade blowing out a huge position in this company. We'll see how Simon Property did. SPG on that one. Doesn't seem to be affecting it that much. It's a little bit more than regular. I guess you could make a case that this is making an ABC on the way down. And you could say that was the A. This was the B. And this is the C. Well, I guess this is the C. All right. Oh, got to start over here. Clicked wrong. A. B. There we go. ABC. That takes us to 168.34. I wonder if that's it. The energy was not horrifically bad, but basically it did a 618 retracement through today, and it has turned around. So I would have liked to see a little lighter energy on this last leg up, but that whole idea is going to be fairly interesting. ES is a new low a day. We're at 21.12.51. So we're off about 8.5 points on the S&P cash. 2.2, just under 2.2 billion shares. So volume again, it's probably going to come out to about 3.2 billion shares. So we'll keep an eye on that. What else do we have out here? Hershey's also gets the Price is Right theme song. We get this one up here. I just like playing it. Anyway, Hershey's is breaking out the bottom, and it's doing it with a volume today. April 30th, 3.1 million shares. Today, 3.5 million shares, and that's it. And say it ain't so, Joe. We got to be looking at Hershey's at a better time. But boy, talk about making just ABC after ABC down. You've got a next low out here, the big one's October 1st of 2014 at 87.88, and then the next real step down is $85.14. So you're getting into pretty decent support, just a few bucks down out here, but certainly looks like it's made its high. And on a medium-term chart out here, you just have to go to January 20th of this year where this started making one right after another ABC all the way down in today where it's breaking again that previous point with volume. And the day ain't over. So they'll have to keep an eye on that. C-Trip, another one that gets the Price is Right treatment. But it's not that big, so I won't play it for these guys. Down a little bit, but you got certainly the possibility out here to get maybe 65 to fill this gap. In the meantime, give me a call at 877-927-6648.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
If you're like me, you're always looking for ways to diversify your financial portfolio. Everbank's innovative Market Safe CD can help you diversify while protecting your principal deposit. In fact, Everbank unveiled a new 5-year Market Safe Power Metal CD, which combines the power of gold, silver, and copper. Metal prices are currently low, so this CD could really deliver. Consider the facts. You get exposure to 3 valuable metals in one index CD and have the potential to earn up to 45% capped upside payment at maturity if the metals increase in value across annual pricing dates. And should they decrease? No worries. There's zero risk to your principal here, as you still get 100% of it back. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. No annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest is paid on the CD. Intrigued yet? The July 9th funding deadline is quickly approaching. So hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN-CD for more information, including important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN-CD. Everbank is a member FDIC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we've got...
Are you suggesting we throw money at the problem?
Precisely.
Well, I didn't mean to play that one. I did anyway. I was actually looking for this one.
I got mail. Yay! I got mail. Yay!
And we do have mail. And the question is, NASDAQ short interest. Can you tell me what the short interest is on that? And take another look at it. And what do we have out here? Short interest days to cover is 4.5. Probably not that big. Take a quick look at NAT. He's been on this one for a while. North American tankers. It's broken above. Volume's okay out here. You'd need to be extremely nervous if this thing opens up at about 1370 on Monday and you have an island reversal. But the energy, I just don't like it. The energy from February 9th to April 29th is, I wouldn't say significantly, but I'm going to say 20% more than the energy from May 7th up to the recent high. So just lacks a little bit of energy. It's okay, but you really need to watch out for a island reversal out here. And it opens somewhere around 1375 on Monday would be a very problematic. You needed to have a sign of strength, and you just didn't get it. You got 3 million shares against 2.2 million shares, and then no real follow-up. So you had one day where the volume was okay, and that was about it. But I still don't see any change in that Baltic Dry Index, which makes me think that this is maybe there's just a special reason that this one is doing better than the rest, but it is tough. What were we going to go back to? Finistar, because guess what? It's another one out here that gets the Price is Right horn. It's down fairly huge when we look at the news on this one. We've got reported EPS inline, revenues inline, guided EPS is inline, revenues inline, downgraded at Raymond James. They're not buying it, but 10% move in this one today on expiration. It went right back into this gap up that we saw. That gap up was on the 12th of February. It had 1.2 million shares. We got 3.7 million shares today. Probably going to act as a temporary support for this stock. Another one out here that gets the horn. I got to get the other one out there. It puts the lotion on from the basket, or it gets the hose. That creepy thing from Silence of the Lambs. Anyway, Umbrella, it gets the Price is Right horn too. Anyway, what we have in this is cautious comments from several folks out here. Put a little rain on this. To me, this is all about GoPro, and the question is whether or not anybody can make a chip like Umbrella. They just happen to make the chip that's in those. I just have a feeling that these GoPro cameras, why very good, is probably way overhyped. My guess is that in the beginning, a lot of these cameras are getting busted on a daily basis. At $500, people are not busting these cameras left and right. When they were 100 and 150 bucks, yeah, they were throwing them around and no big deal. But these things have been and have become quite sophisticated. And I don't think that people are throwing these things around quite like they used to. They're probably hanging them on to them for a little bit. You've had kind of a good upgrade cycle. I got to take a drink. Hang on. I got a frog in my throat. Anyway, Umbrella, keeping a close eye on this. It still hasn't broken any kind of huge trend line if you look at this. But what you'll normally get in this, and I will consider this a short because it's been parabolic from 70 bucks, which makes me think it's coming back there. What you would like is a close below the 9-day moving average and or the 3x3 displaced moving average, close down below a couple of days, back above it for a little while, and then a close back down, and I would be pulling the ripcord on this guy. It is everything that you look for in a parabolic move. One day does not make a new trend, though. We need a nice little double repo pattern to show up, and that has not happened quite yet. Let's take a look at the displays. Yeah, I will be waiting for a close under this line. Let's zoom in on it here and talk about the double repo pattern. You get 10 to 15 days above a trend line like a 9-day moving average. It is parabolic, and the sign to actually pull the trigger is a close below that trend line, as shown by a 9-day moving average or 3x3 displaced moving average. A day or two, it closes back up above it for a day or two. You get no volume. The next close back down, pull the trigger. And my guess is that we're probably ready on a couple of these stocks to get hammered. I suspect GoPro will get hammered. And while it's massively short, Umbrella also is a little bit. This one would be the better bet. I'm going to be looking at options, put options on this to see what's available. But you probably still have a few days before this thing gets ripe. Unlike the engineers in our booth, who are always ripe. Anyway, what else do we have going on out here? Take another look out here real quick at the S&P cash. Okay, still at 2112, 2.3, yeah, 2.23 billion shares. So it's kind of quieted down a little bit in the volume. Okay, and what else do we have out here? Okay, so Sonny Scott, he's taken care of. Got a few other people taken care of that didn't tell me their name. See if we have anything else out here. Okay, I think that's it for the snooze today. Just check back through and see. No, we've got another one. I hate to say it, but you know what's coming, don't you? And it is Jumai International, the Chinese 6% move in the Shanghai was tough today, and this one's taking the brunt of it. These ADAs or ADSs have been huge, but there's a bunch of them out here in this sector. You want to be watching these come next week. If we see any continuation with the markets falling apart in Asia, you may want to look at it. But we've got a couple other stocks. Let's go through this list real quick. YY, this one bounced down pretty hard today. Not a lot of volume yet. But again, like I said, it may take a while for some of these to get going. BITA, Bit Auto, a little less exciting out here. S Fun, take a quick look at that one in my list. Now this one is much more interesting. I'm not shorting a $10 stock, but down in volume, starting to pick up from what yesterday was. WBA, excuse me. So we'll have that. And this one, you know, this has been being distributed for quite a while. I'll be watching this one. At best, you can hope this thing goes back and fills part of this huge sign of strength day that came out on April 14th that had 16.5 million shares. But 58.com, which is WBA, is another one you want to be watching on how it reacts on Monday. We're going to get into stocks that I've been watching today, so we'll continue on. We will soldier on. Not getting a lot of indications out of these, other than certainly up these highs with light volume. You needed 9.1 million shares on CVS Caremark. CVS is the symbol on this one. 105.46 for that March 24th high. 9.1 million shares. Yesterday we had 4.8 million shares. Today, 3.3 million shares so far. Doesn't look like it's going to go over that high. Did pierce it today. So you want to be watching this one very closely on Monday. If it tucks its tail back in and heads back south for the winter. Depot Med. This one got hammered back on the 12th of May with 10 million shares. It's back up into it today with less than a million shares. Yesterday was 900,000 shares. Today, 500,000 shares. This is a $22 stock, so I'm not going to jump all over it short, but certainly looks to me like it's weak. Wimpy. Yes, it's wimpy. Yes, it's wimpy. Another one we've been talking about for the last 2 days. Looks like it's also got some fairly wimpy volume. That's the May 1st high, $67. 2.1 million shares. Got into it with 550,000 shares on the 10th of May. No, that was the 10th of June. Today we've got, the 17th, we had 372,000, 409,000 yesterday, 230,000 today. And what's it going? It's still above that high. But you got a nice big gap down here all the way from 55 to 60 bucks. And it pierced it briefly on May 12th, but I suspect that we're probably in a bigger trading range. So this one may have 10 bucks in it. Again, this is one we've been talking about this week that sells software to the mortgage industry and looks very toppy to me along with the real estate business itself. Hasbro, yeah, bro, it's Hasbro. Anyway, a nice high, April 21st, 2015. 7.8 million shares. We've gone through that in the last couple of days with a tenth of the volume. Yesterday, 780,000 shares. Today, 500,000 shares. This one looks like it's far in advance of that previous high and that huge swing high day out here. Really never filled this gap up that had a big sign of strength on the 20th of April. You'd like this thing probably to get back in that $68 range, $67 range, and then maybe take a look at it. If it's got light volume, that may be the place to buy it, but it certainly looks weak out here up at these highs today. Maybe we'll get volume Monday or Tuesday, but very tough. Another one filling its gap on the way back down is Lynette Company, LCI. This one got hammered on the 7th of May, almost 4 million shares that day. It's been coming back and trying to fill it last couple of days, though. 2 days ago, 900,000 shares, million shares yesterday, 600,000 shares today as it tries to fill most or a lot of that gap. The profile on this one is manufactures, packages, markets, and distributes generic versions of branded pharmaceutical products in the United States. So keep an eye on that one for Monday, too. LinkedIn is probably the most interesting to me out here, as this is absolutely gone sideways for, what, 12 days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days on no volume. Look at this thing. This thing is dead. It's joined the Pastor Invisibule. It's an X-Parrot. It's also an X stock with volume. You had this hammer day down. I think everybody remembers it, the 1st of May. Drifted down to 191. Actually, I think it went to 185 or 183 that after hours trade. Drifted down to 191. It's slowly come back up here. But talk about a ton of people on the upside of a stock wanting to get out. This is it. I like the company. I don't know exactly what's wrong. I think it's a better company than Facebook, actually. But to me, there's something, at least the stock price says there's something wrong that I do not see. But keep an eye on this one, because this is the kind that, I can't pull a trigger short on this. But if it could get to 230, 235, mostly fill this gap, I would be thinking about it. Macy's, up. The volume's not all that bad. It's off about 1 million shares from its previous high. The April 8th high on this was $69.98. Had 5.3 million shares. Got into it with 4.4 million shares yesterday. Get a little sideways day out here with the doji. So 20% light. What I dislike about this one more than that is the energy on the way down and the energy on the way up is just very light. We've got Manhattan Associates. I like the Manhattan Transfer. They had some good songs. Manhattan Associates up testing its volume pretty much with about half the volume of its previous high. April 22nd, we saw $59.98, 1.4 million shares. Yesterday, 727,000 shares. Today, 426,000 shares, and back into the trading range, dear friends. Again, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. You can email me at path@tfnn.com or post a message in the den.
Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
And we have an email from Jamie in Green Bay, yet another day. He wants to know what would be a lotto entry in GREK, the Global Greece ETF 20. And a little bounce out here today. You know, you'd probably want to get this thing as close as you could get to $9. Monday, they're not going to have meetings that produce anything till probably afternoon our time. So depending on how things go, this could look quite ugly on Monday morning. If you could get this thing to get hammered down to about 976, I think that's the first opportunity you have to place a lotto tick on it. But I don't know. I think they're just going to slowly eviscerate us all and drag us through broken glass on this miserable Greek deal forever. And I just wish they'd pull the Band-Aid off. It would probably be a lot better. But you'd want that 976. I think you may get it on Monday morning, depending on how bad things go. And again, may even see that Monday afternoon, depending on how it goes. But I wouldn't be doing it. I think that there are better plays out there in the market. But 976 is what you're looking for. St. Jude Medical. Now this is interesting. This has gone up and tested its previous high April 23rd, $75.73, 4.7 million shares. STJ, the symbol on this guy, it got up with 1.5 million shares. Yeah, let's call it 1.55 million shares yesterday, which is a third of its previous volume. And then a super light doji out here today. So you'd want to see if this thing starts confirming this with a pullback on Monday. Last few stocks we have as we race into the end here of what's going on. We'll see. Come on. I got to kick the internet here for a little bit. Sometimes it's just not moving. Not moving fast enough anyway. Okay, Travel Centers of America. What do we have out here today? That's certainly, I have to say that there are probably not a whole lot of good-looking stocks out here. We brought this one up a couple of times. Of course, the thing that you hate is this huge interday slam on the 7th of May. But it's kind of back down here in this gap up, which was a decent sign of strength that started on, was it March 13th? Had 1.1 million shares. You've been back into it a couple of times. Not exactly sure what that news event was on the 7th of May. But we're back into that gap now. 400,000 shares yesterday, 115,000 shares today. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of sellers in this. I'd be watching this next couple of days. If you were thinking about going long, you'd probably want to be looking at about 13.75 on this. I like it to fill about half the gaps, although you don't always get that opportunity. And I'm going to kick the internet a couple more times here. I don't know why everything's so slow out here, but we've got WWAV, which is, I guess, something, but it seems like it takes forever. I'm not exactly sure why my internet is messed up today, but certainly is. Come on, give. Well, I'm just going to assume that my internet has gone from bad to worse here and start getting ready for the weekend. We'll be over in the 4 o'clock hour with Tom O'Brien. We'll be talking technology. Got a ton of stuff to talk about this week. And we'll see how the market closes out the end of the day. I'll be listening on MOBI on the way over. In the meantime, so when you can, not when you have to. And if you don't catch me in the Tom O'Brien show, we'll catch you same bat time, same bat channel, channel 14 on Tiger TV on Monday. Thank you.
Larry Pesavento has just announced a new service that is designed specifically for technical traders that follow Fibonacci patterns in many markets and are always on the lookout for profitable trade setups. Larry will be sending his subscribers a constant stream of charts and videos whenever he finds formations and trade setups in the market you need to know about. And each Monday morning you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary on the charts and videos that he sent out, as well as what to expect for the week of trading ahead. Larry's first issue will be delivered this coming Monday, and in the days remaining, we're offering a special launch promotion where you can get a full month of Larry's new service, Fibonacci 24/7, for only $47 with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Larry has already started sending out charts and videos to his subscribers that have signed up, so don't delay and sign up now. You can sign up for Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 right now by visiting the front page of TFNN.com.
You're watching Tiger TV.